Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So there is this video going around about a Palestinian woman crying all over the internet, saying that they are aware of the oppression that is happening around them or happening to them, and it is because Black people are. It's because Black people are giving out their tax money and are paying taxes. That's why they are using their tax money, and they are also supporting the government to do what they are doing to them. And because also Black people decided that they are going to vote for somebody, and for that reason, Black people are also part of the people supporting the genocide that is going on. And they are saying, if you all vote for this person, it means you all do not care about us. And a question was asked, do you want us to die for you? They say, yes, we want you all to die for us. And I am asking. So the man was like, there is no how we are going to die for people we don't even know. And so the Black people were asking, should we put you people first above every other thing, even before us? They said, yes. We want you people to consider us first before any other thing, before considering yourself. That this really shows how selfish and self-centered some people are. Now, the truth is that if you have been following what has been going on in Palestine and all that, you definitely will know that Black people they played a major role in trying to save, raise money, and do so many things for these people, right? And it is now time for Black people to go back and arrange their own home. They are all mad. Let's get into this video.
Aware of the oppression that's happening, and it's never because of us, it's because of you. It's fucking because of you. It's your government. It's the people that you keep voting, and it's your tax money. I've never been in the US, and I never fucking will be. Never fucking will be. You guys are fucking whack. You're insane. You're so beyond selfish. It's fucking insane. A Black woman in fucking presidency is not gonna save us. I know, I'm not fucking saying vote Trump in. Fucking do something. Do something. I'm so sick and tired of this. Do something. It's your responsibility. What more do you need to see? What more images need to come out of Sudan, Congo, fucking Palestine, any of those countries? What do you need to fucking see to fucking start acting and realizing you're the fucking problem? You're the fucking problem. No one's policing you. No one's telling you not to fucking speak up. Speak up, but do not speak up when it comes to oppressing my people. I don't give a fuck anymore. I don't give a fuck anymore. It's fucking also white people. It's all of you. It's fucking all of you. Every fucking race in fucking America has oppressed us. Black people also wear a uniform and get on a plane and come to our countries and kill us. You vote the same fucking melanated fucking people into government that sign papers to kill us. I don't want to hear it anymore. I don't want to hear it. You are our colonizers. I do not want to fucking hear it. I don't want to hear it. I'm done. I'm fucking done. We've watched our people die for fucking years. We're not the people that oppressed you. Instead of taking a second to think how fucking identity politics is so fucking toxic and is killing people, you're playing into the entire fucking agenda. Step by step, you're all fucking brainwashed. You're all fucking ridiculous and fucking pathetic. I'm so fucking done. Done. So fucking done. You're all the fucking same. All of you. Every single one of you. Every single fucking American is complicit. And I'm done. You're all fucking complicit. You're all complicit.
So I understand that you're in a lot of pain, and I'm very sorry about that. But this kind of take is counterproductive and frankly insulting and not empathetic whatsoever. Because what would you and other people who have these takes have us do? What have you done to change corruption in your government? Where's your cape? If it's that easy, lead by example. Show us what you have done to change corruption in your government. And everybody who's telling us Americans and everyday average American to do something never provides any specifics of what they want us to do. Particularly those who've never been to America and have never lived a day in the average American's life. There's not even enough time in the day to do all the things y'all are asking us to do. You want us to be civics majors, to understand how every piece of our government works. You want us to understand all of the Constitution and have read it. You want us to be versed in law, and understand how laws work and how we can change those to help people outside of America. You want us to protest, to travel to protest, to donate. Meanwhile, a lot of us are trying not to get an overdraft fee in our bank. We're living paycheck to paycheck. You want us to be soldiers, now vigilantes, and basically superheroes. Where's your cape? You want us to come together to plan to have a revolution. But there can't even be much agreement, not only between the two political parties, but even among the two political parties themselves, there's disagreement. Look at what's going on with Machino Dorito and how he has a similar take to you, where he wants people to do something and start a revolution, and other people are like, you're not being realistic and you're being racist at the same time. And you're kind of taking the same route. Are you blaming black people for what's going on? Like, I hate seeing children die. I lost sleep. Like, there was a night that I could not sleep because of the images that I saw coming out of Palestine. It was sickening. It was the most inhumane thing I've ever seen in my life. So how dare you blame me for doing something like that? Fuck that rhetoric, to be blunt. I have literally been to the seat of government right in front of the White House to protest, and it did nothing. There were Palestinians dying that day. I had to look at it on the news on my phone as I was in front of the White House. So the measures that we're taking, whether it's protesting to help people divest, it's not working. It's not working. Give me some concrete ideas that will actually affect change. Like, do you want us to meet in some bunker without any technology, without our cell phones or anything, and plan and come together with some bows and arrows and kerosene and fire and just start lighting things up in Washington, D.C.? Do you want us to start ending the lives of other people? Do you want us to go and find all the leaders of AIPAC and just start blasting in America? I hate seeing strangers die, but I'm not willing to die for strangers, to put it bluntly. And if any of us went to the seat of government and started doing the things that you really want us to do, there will be a civil war, because there are people who are willing to die to keep their privilege as white Americans and make sure that the thing that has kept them at the top, the thing that they love and identify with, and the symbol of everything that matters to them, to make sure that that does not fall. And I'm not trying to fight these people. I'm not interested. I'm just trying to live. I'm trying to survive. I'm trying to be happy. I just left my religion in February. I just came out as bisexual in February. I'm trying to figure out who I am and what I want in life. And y'all want us to go and die for people we don't know. You want to see America fall? Okay, I understand that. I kind of want to too. But that's another thing, is none of us know how to be self-sufficient enough to have everything we know just fall apart. Electricity, food, water. Like, some places it's not even legal to collect rainwater and filter it and have it to provide for yourself. Like, y'all aren't being realistic. You're not being realistic. And you're not leading by example. Because everybody who has these takes, what have you done to be a revolutionary? What have you done to change your government? I don't think crying on your phone is an example. I don't. And what narrative are you pushing by showing black soldiers in the Middle East? What are you trying to say? Because I'm tired of black people being put in the conversation and then being told that we should put our issues and lives and rights behind everybody else's, including Palestinians. I don't want to hear that. Just like you don't want to hear what you don't want to hear. I don't want to hear y'all tell us to put ourselves last. I'm sick of it. Would I rather see black people heal before anybody else? Absolutely. And I'm not going to feel sorry about that, because y'all want to put your people first and then judge us for wanting to put our people first. And then you want to say, don't use Oppression Olympics, but then use Oppression Olympics. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. I would love to affect change. I would love to, without having to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to sacrifice myself for people that I don't know. It is what it is. But give me some ideas of how to change the entire government and the entire system. Because I can't control where my taxes go, and I can't control what government officials are doing. And I'm not willing to start blasting towards people. I'm not willing to kill for change. I really don't want to have to do that. I don't. I need y'all to understand this. The system that you talk about us upholding is our everyday lives. So, you asking us to stop upholding the system is telling us to basically stop paying taxes, stop paying for our livelihoods, become homeless, starve, and die. That's the end result, basically, because we are not self-sufficient. And they literally want to arrest homeless people. So you're asking us to just drop all freedoms. You're asking us to stop living. The system is our livelihoods. What? We don't even control the fact that we pay taxes. It comes out of my paycheck. It comes out of the goods that I buy. I have no choice. And I have no choice where that goes. So you want us to stop upholding the system. You're asking us to stop living. So in other words, you're asking us to die for you. Whether it be on the battleground, in a possible civil war, if we were ever to start a revolution. Or to just stop eating. Stop buying goods. Stop going to work. And become homeless. What the fuck? I need y'all to see. I understand you're in a lot of pain. But I need you to see through the pain. And understand that us living is not us not wanting you to live. Us living in the only system that we know that we can't just change overnight or even over years is not us not caring about Palestinians or any other country that is going through a genocide. And to put it bluntly, y'all have put yourselves at the top over every other genocide. And you don't see it. You don't see it. You tell us not to play Oppression Olympics and say that it's dangerous. But your mentalities are dangerous to us. To put it bluntly, you want us to forego ourselves for people we don't know. See that, please, please. Because most people would not do that. And not only that, Zionist indoctrination is so strong and planned and documented. Like, they had a plan. It goes as deep as racism. Really. It really does. And it's terrible. And it's connected to religion. And religious indoctrination, my family doesn't even talk to me because I left my religion. I don't have a family anymore because of religion. And these are the things holding people to their connection to Israel. Christians and their connection to Israel and their support for Israel. So you want us to dismantle, it's not just the system. It's decades of indoctrination. And you're screaming into your phone to us, who are especially black people, who are affected by the same things. There are people that I know making jokes about African children dying and call it dark humor even. I mean, these are the things we've had to deal with for hundreds of years, and you're screaming at us as if we can't understand. You want us to dismantle systems that have been there longer than any generation that we know. It's exhausting. It's exhausting. I'm sorry that you've had family members die. It's horrible. It's horrible. Life is terrible. But I'm not going to be blamed for that. I'm not going to be blamed for that. You want us to stop upholding the system. You're asking us to stop living. So, in other words, you're asking us to die for you. Whether it be on the battleground, in a possible civil war, if we were ever to...
Yes, I'm asking you to stop upholding the systems that are killing you and us. I do not understand where the disconnect is. We are talking about the same thing but reaching a completely different conclusion. I am saying that the system that exists right now is actively killing African Americans. The system that you have right now is actively oppressing every single American. And every single American is oppressed and still oppressing other people. I do not understand where the disconnect is. A civil war Do you think if this lasts much longer, all those genocides that are happening, who's going to get drafted? Who's going to get drafted into the military? Why do you think that system exists? So they can feed on poorer, marginalized groups, so they end up in the same fucking system that oppresses them, the same military system that they fly you out to come and kill us. I do not understand where the disconnect is. If we are facing the same struggles, where is the disconnect? And no Palestinian came out and said our genocide is more important than any other genocide. Absolutely nobody has said that. In all my videos, I have addressed also other genocides. When Palestinians speak about Palestine, it's because they are consumed by it. We're watching our people be killed. We have no fucking capacity. And we are still advocating for every other person. We are asking you, the people of the free world, to speak up for all of us. No one's asking you to die for us. No one. I am asking you to stop advocating for those who kill us. And when I say she's an ex-cop, she's a persecutor, she is a part of the system, of the same system, that when a black African American person calls the cops, they end up being shot at and killed. That system is the one I'm referring to. It's the same system that is signing bombs to be shipped to the Middle East so you guys can kill us. This is the system I'm talking about. I am saying we are a part of the same struggle. I am saying we are both oppressed. I am saying we need to dismantle the system. And you're refusing to see that. And that's okay. You know what? That's more than okay. You said it. You don't want to die for strangers. And that's okay. You know what? That's okay. But don't look back at textbooks and wonder how all those atrocities happened. Because it happens because of people who turn their eye and say, this is not my problem. I'm already facing so much. Because people under the Nazi regime said the same thing. People under slavery said the same thing. It's the same thing that's been happening when the Iraq war happened. When people knew. You know what? I don't even need to explain that one. I don't even need to explain that one to Americans.
I need y'all to understand that you are hurting your own cause when you blame all Americans, basically say fuck all Americans. And while there are a lot of Americans willing to speak out about what's going on in Palestine and other places, y'all are shooting yourselves in the foot when you blame those same people for the things that are going on over there. So which is it? Do you want support and solidarity, or do you want to blame all Americans? It doesn't make sense. It truly doesn't. I've seen videos of kids in Palestine thanking the Americans for protesting. But now, y'all are blaming Americans for those same kids passing away, their lives being taken. If you blame the people who want to help you, why do you think they would want to continue to help you? It doesn't make sense. Especially when you're telling those same people not to help themselves. I mean, at this point, people are going to be like, all right, it's time to move on. Because we're not complicit. We're not to blame for what's going on over there. And I'm not going to have a guilty conscience if I have to walk away and worry about my own problems. I am not. I'm being blamed for a girl's parents not being able to come to America. I'm being blamed for Islamophobia. What? Just because I'm American, I'm to blame for the things going on because of the American government? No, that's not how that works. Not at all. That's not how that works. I don't care if that's what aligns with your feelings. I don't care. I don't care if you think I should feel guilty. I don't care if you think I should feel complicit. Your opinion does not matter. Same thing with when it comes to who I'm voting for. Your opinion does not matter. Especially when you want me to put your people above and before my own. It's not happening. And you people with your private accounts telling people how to act and what to do to start a revolution, you have a private account. Take your account, make it public, and show us how it's done. If you want to talk a big game, right? You have a private account, you want us to use all our money and our lives to do this and that for others, demonstrate. And if you're not a private account and all you post is weird ass videos, stop posting weird ass videos and show us how it's done, right? You just want to come in people's comment sections and talk shit. Show us how to start a revolution. Show us what actions to take. You cannot have any room to talk if you're simply posting shitty ass comments on TikTok or shitty ass videos on TikTok. You have no room to speak. Okay? And if you are doing grassroots efforts and you're, donating and protesting, yes, good for you. Cool. Awesome. You're showing solidarity. Awesome. That still doesn't mean you get to dictate who people vote for and what they do with their lives. You're telling Americans they just want to be complacent. No, I just want to live and survive. I don't want to be told what to do. I don't want to be told that I have to put other people's lives ahead of my own. No. And I don't want to be told that I should be guilty and that I'm to blame for literal children being blown up. I'm not to blame. I would never, ever, ever, ever do that. Y'all want me to prevent a trigger from being pulled thousands of miles away. Does that make sense? No. Y'all are weird. You're weird. Because if I said the same thing about Muslims going to other countries to bomb them, would that not be Islamophobic? Would that not be Islamophobic? Generalizing all Muslims because of, let's say, 9/11. I don't do that because I'm not dumb. I don't believe everything I'm told. And you're saying that you're generalizing black Americans and saying they go to bomb other black and brown countries for U.S. imperialism? I'm not responsible for what other people do. I'm not responsible for if a black man or woman decides to become a soldier for this country. That has nothing to do with me. That does not mean that I shouldn't want to see black people heal before anybody else. So fuck off with this because it's ridiculous. And it's always private accounts because you can fall back on your privacy. You can't really be held that accountable because you're not willing to put your face on the internet and talk. You're not. So don't ever write this to me again. Because you are generalizing in the same vein that you would hate if somebody generalized about you and your religion. If I said the same thing about a Muslim man or woman. Right? So please, don't comment this to me. This is some shit. And I'm tired of people commenting like they know me. You don't know me. Right? You're in my comments doing all the generalizing, and this is exactly why black people want to put themselves first. Because y'all don't give a fuck about black people. You don't. Y'all want to claim you're hated by everyone and you've been colonized, but no. Black people are hated by everyone. Across the globe, world over. And some of y'all are just waiting for an opportunity to show it. You pretend to be in solidarity with black people until you show your ass. Until, God forbid, black people are like, well, we have problems too. Well, you're like, oh, well, you must hate us. You don't support us enough. So now we're going to show that we never really liked you in the first place. Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah, that's her. But I blocked that hoe. I've been blocking all these hoes actually. Just block all of them. Because I can't stand a hoe that don't know math. I can't stand it to look at the United States imperial nation and blame, right, and shout at and scream at 14% of the population. Okay, the 14% of the population, by the way, don't participate in the whole vote. Thanks, it's all about the vote, right? You don't participate. Some of us just all outside, just causing a fucking wreck, renegades, okay, just resisting and getting mollywopped for that shit too. But to blame black people, right, 40% of the population for the military-industrial complex, this motherfucker put a picture up of a black man in a military outfit as the face of her colonization. Face of colonization, military-industrial complex, black man in uniform. Say, y'all the one doing this, y'all, okay? And I work with vets. I don't work with vets for it. There's Middle Eastern people in the military. Just don't know that. There's Arab people in the military, Muslim people in the military, there's Middle Eastern people all work in the military, army, okay? Marine, Air Force, Navy, they all there. Why she ain't put her own people face up there as the face of her colonization and black brown people? Why she ain't put her own people there and shout at them and scream at her own people as they are also in the military? Why she pick the black man? Okay, like I said, people keep saying this is a disagreement, and I want y'all to know, don't fall for the gaslight. This is not a disagreement. This is not infighting. This is people getting on the internet out of trauma, being anti-black. And that's because anti-blackness is a factory setting. It's auto feature. It's factory setting in the programming, living under white supremacy. When you chaotic and stuff like that, you don't be just y'all acting all kind of way. Your brain will tell you to go back to factory setting mode, to anti-blackness. Okay? And that's what they're reaching at. They're doing exactly what she's saying. Black people don't uphold the system. She is doing what the system said to do. The system said whenever there's an issue, yell at black people, shout at black people, cuss out black people, blame black people, tell black people to do it. Okay? As soon as black people say, can I catch my breath? You say, no, get the fuck back out there and work, Jadia. Okay? That's all that the brain is resonate with. Factory setting mode. Okay? Anti-blackness, auto feature. And if you can't even admit that, if you can't even come out your mouth and say that, I know you're comfortable with that factory set mode, because we are all programmed with that shit, by the way. You have to admit that and say it and work on dismantling and deconstructing it. Okay, for a person that's not black to scream that they're not anti-black is wild to me, as I'm black and I know I got anti-blackness in me. So for you to not be black and say that shit, you better get the fuck up on my face. You better get the fuck up on my face. But that's all this is. Okay, somebody looking around and once again not knowing math, seeing 14% of the population, 14%, by the way. And let me just be clear, my country was destroyed by the United States, okay? I done talked about this shit all the time, talked about it, okay? Cussed out the United States up and down this app. The Joe Biden, I told him to kiss my ass when he was like, let's go work with Africa. I said, work with Africa who? Kiss my ass, boo. I done said it, I done cussed out Obama, I done cussed out all these motherfuckers, okay? Fuck the United States. I'll say it loud and clear, right? But never in my fucking right ass mind did I say to myself, you know who I'm gonna shout out and blame for that shit? 14% of the population. 14% of the population that's violence the most. 14% of the population ain't got control of none of this shit. They ain't got control of the government, ain't got control of the military industrial complex, ain't got control of infrastructure, ain't got control of agriculture, ain't got control of tech, ain't got control of education, ain't got control of healthcare, ain't got control of shit. People gonna come out here and be like, but what ain't it? Entertainment. We ain't got control of that shit either, okay? But that don't make no sense. Why we go to the people that's violence the most in the system and shout and scream at them? Let me just tell you something. Here's the voting situation. When people say voting, okay, here's 2016 mid-election. It stays on trend, okay? This is people participating in the voting thing. They get mad at. Why they not yelling at these people right here? Why they not in their face? Why they in a black people's face? And by the way, the Middle Eastern people, I want you to know, in this country, race category, they calculating y'all in this white thing, okay? This is you, the white. Why y'all not yelling at yourselves? Why you not yelling at them? That's participating in the voting thing. Why you yelling at black people? Do that math? It don't. The math is not mathing. The only way to math is if you add anti and black, and this is just anti-blackness at the end of the day. And that's why I'm blocking all these hoes, because I got work to do on the outside. Okay, I got work to do on the outside. I never scream on the inside for people to run outside either, by the way. And somebody that what y'all want to say, left is left, I want way to the left. I don't be yelling at people to come outside. You know why? Because the work is not done. And the mutual aid is not enough to bail everybody out. Mutual aid, when we start doing the mutual aid, they get us for RICO charges and shit, okay? Okay, when you say don't make your taxes and stuff like that, I want you to know Wesley Snipes? Okay, tax evasion, ask me how I know, okay? So I don't participate in my advocacy for separating and coming from the system to show everybody run outside, nigga. I don't have enough bail money, okay? I have not completed the landscape for everybody to run outside. I'll just act as I do, participate in the life of resistance as I do, and then just by me living, by me speaking. If you want to come outside, come outside. At the end of the day, I'm not forcing no nigga to do a goddamn thing. It's free ass Negro at the end of the day. But they don't understand that shit because the system said tell black people what the fuck to do. And that's what they're doing on the internet. Just shouting and screaming. And 14% of the population, when the rest of them is literally controlling the shit. And the people that's violencing the system the most, black people, the one that's resisting the most, the one that's fighting against it the most, is who they decide to get on the internet and yell at. I want you to know, at the end of the day, it's just anti-black. That's why I'm blocking all these hoes. But yeah, y'all have a great day.
I'm incredibly disappointed with the Middle Eastern community and with non-Middle Easterns and Middle Easterns within the pro-Palestine movement for a multitude of reasons. And I have been for a long time, and you guys know this. I have talked about it endlessly. You guys know that I stopped doing my daily updates on Lebanon and Palestine, and I deleted my past account, and I took my advocacy to a more anonymous space because I was sick and tired of the treatment of myself as well as others. I received so much hatred from within these spaces because of what I look like, because a lot of people didn't want me to represent any part of being Middle Eastern, basically, unless I looked a certain way. The fact that I was atheist and the fact that, I'm part of the LGBTQIA community, these things were a massive, massive issue to a lot of people within the Middle Eastern community, and they didn't want me to represent the community in any way. A lot of them asked me to stop even saying that I was Middle Eastern. They just wanted me to speak on what was going on, but they didn't want me to actually associate myself in any way. They wanted me to deny the fact that my family is from both Palestine and Lebanon, as well as different parts of the Middle East. A lot of you wanted me to deny those facts about my life because you didn't want you didn't want anybody to think that, you know, that there are Middle Eastern people who look like me, or who, you know, might be atheist or might be, you know, part of the LGBTQIA community. A lot of you really, really wanted to separate yourselves. That treatment caused my mental health to fucking plummet, along with everything that's going on, which in turn made my physical health plummet as well. And a lot of my illnesses that I was finally getting a hold of became chronic again. And, you know, I had to step away. I had to step away. I couldn't take it anymore. The cruelty from Zionists alone was enough, let alone having people within the movement and people within the Middle Eastern community coming after me too. Because I didn't fit, because I just didn't fit into the space in the way that people wanted me to fit in. Seeing the way that a lot of you are also, because you know what, I don't care how you treat me. By all means, say and feel however you want. That's fine. But seeing the way that a lot of you are also treating other people, I had enough. I had enough. I didn't want to associate with the majority of you because of it. You know, I just didn't. Some of you are coming on here and you're laughing in the face of Black people. You're laughing in the face of Black women who are coming to you, speaking on the danger to their livelihood here in America and globally, mind you. They're coming here and they're speaking of their experiences and they're speaking on their worries, and you're laughing in their faces. You are throwing the genocide in their faces as if they have not been experiencing genocide after genocide their entire fucking lives. You are throwing global issues in their face as if they are not fully fucking aware of global issues, because it's shit that has affected them their entire fucking lives. They are quite aware of the connection, all right? And they're also aware of the domestic issues, which a lot of you want to fucking ignore. When I brought up the importance of intersectionality, right, within our conversations about what's happening politically, our decisions politically, when I said that we have to think about not just global issues, but also domestic issues, because everything plays a part with each other, right? When I said that we needed to build our communities stronger here in America, and that we needed to listen to marginalized communities here in America, especially Black people, some of you fucking threatened me. Some of you got angry with me. Some of you said, oh, I knew I didn't like you. Some of you threw the genocide in my fucking face, and you told me that I was to blame for it if that was the route that I was going to take when it came to my voting decisions. That listening to the marginalized communities here in America was something that I wasn't allowed to do. That it was some kind of negative. That's fucking crazy. Do you understand how crazy some of you sound? You took my words and you fucking twisted them, right? To fit your fucking narrative. To make yourself the good guy. Liberation is not linear, and it cannot operate from a hive mind. A lot of you want to function like the right-wing extremists that we are trying to fight against. A lot of you want to function like that. You want everybody to be on the exact same fucking page without taking any other community into consideration, and that's not how liberation fucking works. You will harm more than you will help with that kind of tactic. And it should go without saying that the reason we have to have these conversations and the reason why we can't operate in a linear way, we can't operate with a hive mind, is because no one group of people is a monolith. We can't operate from that place if you really truly want liberation. Nobody is taking away what you are going through or invalidating your grief, your sadness, your anger, your pain when it comes to your own community. Nobody is taking that away from you. Okay? When somebody comes to you and they say, hey, my community is also suffering. You know, these different marginalized communities are also suffering. So when we make political decisions going forward, when we have discussions, when we take action, we need to make sure that we are protecting people. We need to make sure that we are strengthening our communities, you know, especially those who are the most vulnerable. Okay? When those people come to you, you have to listen. You have to lead with humility. You cannot think of just yourself in those moments. You have to understand the importance of everybody's safety in a situation. And like I said, those who are most vulnerable especially. Listen, I'm proud of being Middle Eastern. I always have been. I love, you know, a lot of our culture, but there's also a lot of things that I take issue with. And these two things can exist at once. It's the only way that we can make progress. And I know that a lot of you will call me westernized and you'll call me whitewashed because I'm coming in with, you know, ideas and identities in life and a lifestyle that you might not really be open to. That's fine. But we have to have these conversations. You don't get to shy away from it because it's affecting the younger generations, because look what's happening. A lot of these younger generations are creating massive platforms for themselves on these websites, on these social media accounts, and their internalized racism is coming out. Because a lot of you allowed it. A lot of you allowed it to grow. And a lot of you perpetuated a lot of microaggressions that are now turning into very blatant aggressions. I want to end this by saying that everybody should be careful. Just because somebody has a lot of followers online does not mean that they are somebody that you should turn to direct every part of your life, because sometimes these people have very flawed characters and also some very, very harmful views and harmful reactions as well. And, you know, you open yourself up to blindly following them. And you need to stay present and you need to stay aware. So, you know, we've found this out from a multitude of people on here who gain massive followings, who you know, eventually show their true colors in a lot of ways. So, you know, just be mindful of that.
Identity politics is something that is almost exclusively a American thing, even more than Canadian, even more than anywhere. There's a little bit of it here, there's a little bit of it in other places, but it's almost like a carte blanche to willful ignorance in the United States. And respectfully and disrespectfully, I don't care if you're offended. Facts are facts. You had no problem standing on the side of the oppressed, as long as it fit your narrative. As long as it fit your narrative. But the second that it didn't fit your identity politics or some sort of vision of supremacy that you align yourself with, and I'm not just talking of unmelanated supremacy, and this isn't the first time. It's been, what, less than a year since this whole debacle of Jada Pinkett Smith making the most unmelanated European pharaoh of Egypt, Cleopatra, she made her black in a video, in a pretend documentary of sorts. And a lot of you were all up in arms and in your feelings, in our spaces, telling us how we're not from there when we are. But that's a whole other discussion. My point is, I'm going to bring it back, actually. Your identity politics have you playing the oppression Olympics. You're the one playing the oppression Olympics while you point fingers at other actual global Southerners living actively in the global South or attempting to keep our family that's there still alive. And y'all have the audacity to come into our spaces and try to pretend like first it was the pink washing and now it's this, the identity politics. And don't act like you don't understand, because you understood it when it fit your narrative. When those of you who are anti-LGBTQ were willing to call out unmelanated people for the weaponization of the LGBTQ community and or women's rights. But here we are, and actually not just now, but since the beginning of this Jello cider, I have heard many people, far more melanated than I, come into my face or into my space and tell me that the suffering of Palestini is just to gaslight the suffering of more melanated folk. Completely, of course, oblivious to the fact that Masr and Palestine are the center between Africa and Asia, because y'all don't fucking study geography. Y'all don't learn shit. You don't know anything other than what's in your bubble or information that is handed to you. You don't go out and seek information and educate yourself about what is out there in the world. However, meanwhile, the global South is educated on way more. And that includes black folk that live abroad. We are more aware of who our oppressors are. And we'll call out unmelanated folk, not because it's unmelanated folk, but it's because it's their ideology. And it's an ideology that y'all are willfully upholding. But you want to push it to the other side. I saw a video yesterday that encompassed essentially the emotion of everything that we are feeling. Especially after seeing the whole Maya Toure debacle. First off, the comments in the video that I saw of the Maya Toure debacle, ripping apart a child, in my opinion, because I'm like double Maya's age, easily, okay? Ripping apart a literally traumatized, oppressed child. And here's the thing, Swana people are told that we have to be agreeable because we are so threatening to the people who are not from the global south that we have to be approachable. We have to wear a smile, even when we're angry, even when we are uncomfortable. And so y'all want to go and uphold misogynoir, anti-angry black woman narrative. You'll hold people accountable when they do it against a black woman. But you are perfectly fine with any less level of melanation than yours being abused in the same way. Hell, you're even the ones issuing the slaps. But what that video said was that all of you collectively are oppressing us. And that is very, very, very true. We have black American military that served in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in wherever. I've met them in Egypt because y'all occupy Egypt. And it's not fucking cute and it's not fucking sexy. Nationalism is one of the stupidest things in the world to me. And then on top of that, the number of melanated folk that were used in the United Nations to do the dirty work. And y'all want to gaslight us. Guantanamo Bay had black soldiers. Black American soldiers, US soldiers, abusing our people. And this isn't to point a finger at you, but this is to wake you the fuck up. That you are not the oppressed here. And Maya is young. She's maybe got something to lose. Maybe she doesn't. She's also young, so she still gives a shit. I don't. And I will fucking tell you to your face. You're the oppressor. You're the problem. Stop pretending like you don't benefit off of the mass unaliving, off of the Taylorist crisis that your country has created out of our people. The dehumanization, the villainization, it doesn't matter what you look like. You could be white, black, Asian, South Asian. Hell, you could even be a Swana American of multi-generations down who's sold out in bootlicks. But we're not playing this game. Your identity politics are exclusively yours. And although there's a little bit of anti-blackness everywhere, simply because we were all colonized by the unmelanated, this doesn't apply. This ain't it. This ain't cute. And y'all are wrong. Y'all are wrong. You're showing your colors. You're showing that you're not here for the liberation of everybody. You're here to try and take over. You're here to look out for number one, and number one is you. And that's it. You don't care what your greed and your selfishness and your self-preservation, you don't care what kind of harm it brings onto the global south, even if they look like you. Don't pretend. Do not pretend. Do not go off and start tokenizing the Sudanese or the Congolese. Don't do it. Don't do it. We've caught on. You've outed yourself. This game isn't funny. It's bullshit. So, yeah, there are two sides to pick. You can either join the global majority in overturning whatever bullshit it is that you continue to uphold to benefit from, or say it with your whole freaking chest that what unmelanated supremacists have taught you hasn't scared you away from supremacy at all. It's just made you more of a greedy asshole to want to go get it. And no, I'm not gonna fucking be sorry for this.
She said she ain't never been in America. So no wonder why she's so hurt and confused right now. Because what the fuck else do they want us to do? They mad because we voted for Kamala Harris, and they say it's because she supports genocide, not realizing that the same government that don't give a fuck about black people, the same government that take all our fucking cash and send it over to Ukraine and Israel, the same fucking government supports Israel. So no matter who up there, black, white, Asian, it don't matter, it's gonna support Israel. They have long-lasting ties to make sure they have a relationship for a long time. It's not just as simple as walking up to the White House and asking to speak to the president. Like, I need y'all to be for real. Y'all want us to care and support y'all and y'all oppression and the things that's happening to y'all, but as soon as black people go to open their mouth, y'all don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. You start weaponizing your tears. You start calling us selfish, and we whack now all of a sudden, not realizing that, oh, I don't know, black people are going through stuff too in America, and maybe they're voting for Kamala Harris so they'll have more options instead of having none. The same options that could lead to more options helping y'all. But you're quick, though. You're real quick to be anti-black. Real quick to go bully black creators online. Real quick to get online and cry. Y'all want sympathy for people you was quick to be anti-black towards? You want us to be martyrs for you. I'm gonna need y'all to wrap that shit up. It's 3 months till go time. So y'all go figure that out and stop asking us for solutions. We out here just like y'all.
So this is all I got from this video, and sincerely speaking, this is going to be a very long drag because the way the whole thing is going is getting out of hand. They are not seeing anything wrong with what they are doing, and the fact that they think that black people should put them first ahead of ahead of themselves, like in above every other person. And the young man asked, so do you want us to die for you people? And she said yes. So now they are just not only seeking for support, they just want your blood at the same time, like, your blood, your sweat, and everything. It's really very sad that they chose this route. And the reality is that a lot of people saw this coming, and I am not surprised. But the way they are going about it is really wrong. Excuse me. I see all of them screaming that black people, that they send black people to them to unalive them, and that black people have been doing it, that black people can do it, like they should fight for the system, that they are upholding a system that is fighting against them. Now, let me make this clear. It looks like some people do not understand history, or maybe they are finding it hard to understand history. The same thing these people are screaming that they are going through is also the same thing black people are going through. The only thing is that they were able to find people speaking up for them, but we've not been able to find people speaking up for us. We've been the ones screaming and shouting all this while, right? And she also went further to tell us that how do we continue, like voting for Kamala Harris is like also continuing the genocide or supporting the person that is doing whatever they are doing to them, and all that. Now, I am going to make this clear. First of all, you already do need to hold Israel, because I see a lot of you saying we are not voting for Kamala Harris. Like, I saw another post where they were saying they are going to vote for third party. Some said Trump and all that. Now, as of yesterday, I saw a video where Netanyahu was congratulating and saying thanks to Donald Trump for the progress so far and all that. It looks like these people actually did not understand what has been going on, and the reason why people decide that this is the person that they want to vote for, right? The fact that they refuse to understand us and they think that they should be the center of everything, like everything should they should just, nobody should just think about any other thing, just think about us. Black people have been going through it. Black people are still going through it. One of the reasons why they are looking for a way to make things better for them is that is one of the reasons why they decided to choose the person they feel like this person can help us. The other person might not be able to help us, right? There is a reason for all this. Why are they finding it hard to understand that the same system that is oppressing them is also the same system that is oppressing us, and we are looking for the best way to tackle the problem and dismantle the system that is also oppressing us, right? That because Black people took out time from their busy schedule to come and fight, speak up, protest, and do all they could for you people does not mean that they do not have problems. They had a lot of problems that they left behind. But now the election is just few months away from, the main thing. And they decided that it is time for them to focus on themselves and do what they are supposed to do. Because your house cannot be burning and you will be out there looking for a way to save someone else's houses. First of all, you need to save yours before looking for someone else. And the fact that they've refused to understand this shows you that their intentions are really not clean, right? Or because how can in a space of how many days? I mean, everywhere it's all about them. Any video you open is all about them, right? Telling you that they know what they are doing and they do not want you. Like, I feel like they do not even want us to progress. They do not even want us to prosper because it's as good as that. Because if I can tell you to leave everything you are doing and concentrate on me, that means I should as well be getting ready to die because I might be trying to. Do I even have to save you? Someone that you don't even know, right? So the young man also made so many sense because this is actually getting out of hand and you all really need to put yourselves together and get into the house, look for a way to save yourselves because Black people are also looking for a way to save themselves. And now let me tell you this, Black people are not the only ones that can protest or talk for you people. Why are you people not calling them? Why is it only Black people? Why are the brown people? Why are you people not calling other people? Why is it Black people? And now they are not making it look like everything that is going on in other countries, Congo, Sudan, Haiti, they are not important, that it's just all about them. Because just speak about us, talk about us, you all are supposed to put us first. No. Black people should put themselves first, right? Because they have been putting you all first. And nobody really do care about them, right? And after all, like, it's really amazing how I can remember more than 2050 Black content creators on TikTok that raised money. They raised money for them. Of heart, like without even looking at my phone and all that, I can give you 10 and more. Just to tell you that these people really came out for you people, but in the end, it's more like I really have to pay you all back in a different way, which is not cool. But you know what? I love the fact that this is happening because if things like this did not happen, you would not know how people feel and think about you. But this is also a wake-up call for people that work like me because I am not saying that we are always very quick to help. That is our nature. But this time around, before we eat meat, we have to really chew them properly in order to help us know if we are really chewing the real meat or there is something behind that meat. Because we cannot be waking up every day to so many drama from the people that you helped. This is really not making sense. And trust me, I am not sure anybody anytime would want to come out to assist Palestinians because you already messed up so many things. Not just only Palestinians and other people too. Because what is going on, like anywhere I open you all are out there talking, cursing us for helping you, denigrating Black women and all that, for supporting you, for speaking up for you. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And you all can actually do better. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.